Leash, I have been excited to tell you about this pick for the last week and a half. No joke.
That's fair.
No
you did
joke.
call me. You did call me and tell me.
Yeah, we were doing some radio stuff, and I told her, I was like, I want to talk about this podcast so bad, but I'm going to save it so I can do it on the show and get your genuine reaction. So I have it now.
Okay.
This was actually a recommendation from Angie. She gave it to me, and I think it was one of the Odd Pod picks of the week. And I read about it on air, and then I was like, oh, that sounds really interesting. I want to check it out. So it's called What Was That Like? It's so good. So this is a podcast all about true firsthand experiences of something crazy, all right? So this guy, his name is Scott Johnson. He's the host of this podcast. He invites people on his podcast to talk about different things. Like I listened to an episode about a guy who survived a tsunami and his experience, what it was like being in Thailand in 2004, where he was when the waves came rolling in, and the circumstances that led him to actually getting a hotel room that was high ground. And it was all because he ate the wrong food and he got sick and they didn't plan ahead. And that led to him getting a hotel room high up on the mountain, which ended up saving his life. Okay, so that was one. Another episode was about a man who his plane crashed in the remote wilderness of Victoria, Canada, and how it was a one-man plane. He was flying, he had engine problems, it crashed down, a tree severed the whole bottom of the plane, fuel was pouring out, and how he survived the plane crash. But Leash, the episode you need to listen to, number one, is Dan, who was mauled by a grizzly bear.
Dan, who was mauled by a grizzly bear.
It is the most insane story you could possibly hear. Dan obviously survived this attack by a grizzly bear, but he was out fishing, and he happened to walk past a grizzly bear's cubs. And
the real life revenant.
Exactly. And this bear went wild. I mean, there was a part in this podcast where the man was talking about, he was literally dead, okay? Because the bear bit his whole face, and he could hear his bones, and everything went black, and all of this stuff. And he's saying that he saw the light, and in that moment he saw his mom's face, and his mom was smiling and waving, and basically that was the moment he decided, I'm not gonna die, and came back. And, it's the most wild podcast. I got so addicted to listening to these different episodes. I think you're going to love it. So it's called What Was That Like?
No, technically that's not for you. Ange, where you at, boo? That is for you. Okay, we're not giving you your things. I'm not going to give you your things.
Oh, man, I thought I got credit.
And now going to Ange.
Fine, Ange, it was a good one. Thank you for putting me onto it so I could put Alicia onto it, because it was such a good podcast. What Was That Like? Check it out anywhere. Go to the Odyssey app. I know we got it up there.
Good. I'll give you this one. You win this week.